I grew up in Egypt and I was surrounded by lots of movies when I grew up and lots of movie posters. So I decided to tell stories in my photography that are inspired by Egyptian cinema, by the old cinema from the 40s and 50s. And later on I decided as well to hand paint them like the old Egyptian movies. The technique of hand painting black and white photography I learned from the very last colorist or painters for studio portraits in Cairo. I grew up looking at these portraits and really admiring them in our house. I love meeting people, I love discovering people and looking at people and choosing out also people to be part of my world and my family, if I can call my work this way, because it's if I agree with someone's idea, the work they're doing, whether they're artists or just people I meet, I want them to be part of this work. I think I enjoy that. I always love looking at people. I was very introvert as a child. I didn't speak much, so I would just stay with my family looking at everyone talking, and I enjoy that. Later on, when I decided to do my photography, what I knew best was just looking at people, I guess. Once the picture is printed black and white, I work with a watercolor. I put layers and layers of color because the paper absorbs the color. It's a long process because I had to work on several days until the exact skin color and the background I'm happy with. And then later on I do the retouching manually as well on the print. I also use pencils, oil, charcoal. It's actually mixed between, I invented, I can say, my own painting style. It's actually my vision of people because first, if I speak about the retouching, I don't see the wrinkles in people's faces. I try always to look behind this. I don't see age, I don't see, people as beautiful or less beautiful. I just think everyone is beautiful. So how I see them is actually how I photograph them, and I try to reflect that in the final result. There's also something about maybe when I work and I take the picture in color, and then I have so many colors around the person, and then I take the picture in black and white, but I have also to take a picture in colors so I can remember what's the atmosphere, the dress, the eye color, etc. So there is something maybe that I don't want to call it destroying, but actually it is. It's like having to build again the whole picture in painting after. And I don't know, I think it tells so much maybe about me, about how I see the world and how I see people and how I want my work to be seen. It doesn't really take that long because in my mind I already know how he or she is going to be standing. What's the idea of the picture? Everything is already, I know. It's like a scene from a movie really, so you go and you know that they're going to play this role, they're going to stand this way, they're going to look at the camera that way. I like also the person in front of the camera to be spontaneous, so I let them also react the way they would maybe stand or how they look, and if I like it, I take it, and if I don't like it, we have to take more until I feel that the idea is there. I love actually strong women who are not afraid to show their strength in society, in their work, in how they look like. So I choose women with that character. I worked a lot with people like Catherine Deneuve, Charlotte Rampling. In my veil series, I wanted to show the kind of veil that I like, which is more of a Mediterranean veil, maybe still worn by some women in Greece and in Spain. In old Renaissance painting, you see them in Italy. And it's very Mediterranean. People, even Virgin Mary, used to have something to cover her hair, so it's more connected to my roots and my idea of this part of the world. In the last series I made called The Last Dance, and it was about the belly dancer and the body and the situation of belly dancers in Egypt and in the Arab world, how people see them really because of the body obviously being exposed and moving, etc. And I wanted to show this because I think belly dancing is one of the most beautiful and unique element in our culture that I really love, because it's from the pharaohs actually till today. It's something that looking at women dancing is beautiful and it's not exactly sexual. So recently lots of People started maybe attacking in the last 4 years some belly dancers and the way they dress, etc. In Egypt, they closed some nightclubs. In a series called The Last Dance, while you see her body, you see her moving without seeing her face, and you see the body sometimes appearing and disappearing, and visually it looks more like butterfly trying to resist death or dying in a very beautiful last dance. Death is a subject that I always speak about, especially in my self-portraits. I speak about life, about existence, about the fact that I'm always traveling and the idea of being here for a short period of time and then leaving again, which is what we're all gonna do. I struggled with this idea, and it was a shock for me to know that we die, actually. We are not here forever. This is just a dream. It's everything that you buy, that you get, that you see could be just the last time or not yours, really. It was a shock, but also opened my mind at this reality at a very young age and made me see life and differently, made me maybe appreciate every moment I spend with people I love, and also not really be attached to anything material. We're here for a very short period of time and then we're gonna go. We cannot control this. We have no power on this.